Hi everyone, I'm using Gregory Scott's Tarot today for our reading. I'll choose 3 cards, read the base of the pack, and I'll also choose one from the Gods, Goddesses and Angels for some extra guidance. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective or anyone who views this video. There we have the Knight of Swords. The Moon and the Fool. Okay, so the Knight of Swords, and you can see there this person chastising this boy, and sometimes that's what we do to ourselves. With our thoughts, we chastise ourselves, we judge ourselves. And Chiron is in conjunction with Jupiter today. So when Chiron comes into conjunction with Jupiter, Chiron is the sacred healer. So it's asking us to look at any limiting beliefs that we may have, any false beliefs that we've took on from others, any conditioning, listening to those stories that we are telling ourselves. Chiron is here in Jupiter to expand that, to help us to have those limitless potential, not to block ourselves with limiting beliefs. Those beliefs tell us the same old story, and we start to believe them. And once we start believing in our thoughts, we've completely come out of alignment, because our thoughts are illusion, the puffs of energy. And he is there, this boy, really slumped down, being chastised. So maybe some thoughts, some memories from our childhood, our inner child coming to the surface. And this is what Chiron's doing, the sacred healer, asking us to revisit those and to show us that they are blocking us from the limitlessness of Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, of positive opportunities, of prosperity. So look where we're limiting ourselves with our beliefs based on what people may have told us. And this week is one of miscommunication. So sometimes we take what someone says to heart and we start believing what they say. But that each person that speaks to us can only speak to us about themselves, about their perception. It could be a million miles away from the truth. So when people are saying unkind things to us, it's what's going on within them. It's pain within them. So this conjunction, these two powerful planets, helping us to rise above those limiting beliefs, to not listen to those thoughts, to not believe them unless they're positive and uplifting. Then straight away it changes the whole chemistry of our bodies. But when we're listening to those limiting beliefs, it just blocks us because it brings up doubt, it brings up insecurity. So whatever's going on in your life that's making you feel that you are finding it hard to move forward, no, this is coming to an end. It's coming to the surface for a reason. It's coming to be acknowledged. And are we going to carry on allowing our limiting beliefs to block us from being our authentic self? So the Knight of Swords is bringing change. It's bringing change of thought. Then we have the Moon, and of course on the 21st of March we have that new moon in Aries, and we're moving on to this now. And so the Moon is asking us to pay attention to our own shadow side, to anything that we are projecting on the outside world that's not coming from love. That's, we are projecting our shadow side. This is what the moon does, and as we're on the waning moon phase now, so it's a time of letting go of anything that's no longer serving, anything that's not bringing upliftment to us, looking and acknowledging anything that comes up that brings us fear, not suppressing it, allowing it to come to the surface, not being fearful any longer as we're moving through this final stage of the moon before it goes into the new moon of Aries, which is all about new beginnings. It's that motivation to get on and do, to really focus on our achievements. So anything that may be coming to the surface now, the moon is here, it's in its waning stages, to us to let it go now and stay focused on what it is we wish to achieve. And then from there we have the Fool. This is a new journey. We're moving into this time of new beginnings, and we're moving into this time of new beginnings a lot lighter than our last cycle. We are stepping in our faith. We are really listening to our own guidance now, and you can see there he's stepping off that cliff. He has his familiar, his cat walking alongside him. Cats are all around our side. When we see a cat, it's very psychic. So there are familiars that they come into our lives and open up our psychic gifts. This is a card that is signifying our psychic gifts, opening and guiding us. He has everything he needs for his journey. And as we start this new journey in faith and in trust, focusing on our own inner compass, not what we've been conditioned into in the past, that we have to stay in a job that stresses us, or we have to do what everybody else is doing. When we come into that time and step into our own uniqueness and start walking our own path, the universe opens and brings in everything that we require for that path. So never worry. Step into faith, new beginnings. So the old is going, and we're stepping into this time of newness. And then we have the Six of Wands at the base. So the Six of Wands, you can see that knight coming back, and actually she's female, which is beautiful, and she is being applauded. So this is our spirit team, this is our spirit guides, our angels, our loved ones in spirit, who have guided us and brought us to this point. And we have found our passion, which is our holy grail. The ones are all around our passion, around love, around our careers. So this is now coming into that time of acceptance, of appreciation. People coming into our lives that actually appreciate us now, because we are accepting ourselves. So people come in who appreciate us. So a wonderful shift occurring. And the Fool card is the card that's connected to Uranus. So Uranus brings sudden change, and it is to be able to move and flow through those sudden changes without any fears. So a wonderful card. So I'm asking now for a message, the highest and greatest good for the collective, or anyone who views this video. There we have the goddess of psychic protection. No one can harm us, no matter what what, and maybe this is coming from these two cards, somebody saying words, unkind words to us, bringing up all the shadow side within us, believing what other people are saying around us, about us, with a true understanding that everyone that we speak to will tell us everything that they need to know about them, and that's no judgment. Everybody speaks to us from either healed part or a unhealed part, from pain, and if they're projecting unkind words towards us, which can feel like a psychic attack, or even a look can feel that way because of how they may be thinking and their actions. And even no one can hurt us. The goddess of psychic protection is around us. Archangel Michael and his legions of angels are around us constantly, guiding us and protecting us. It's only when we go into this fear that somebody has power over us, we disempower ourselves, we weaken ourselves to open up to those fears that someone can hurt us, whether physically, spiritually, with their words, with our conversations. So know that we're being protected. Know that no matter what anybody's saying, and this week is all around miscommunication, so don't take what anybody says to heart. We're all going through this huge shift, and some people understand that about the shift, other people don't, and those people that have not woke up to it yet will be stuck in old patterns and feel fearful of everything that's occurring in the outside world. And even listening to the media, anything that's causing unrest within us, fear in us, to unplug from everything for a while, to find that solitude within, call the goddess of psychic protection and know that she's with us all. So if you faced any conflict, if there's been any words said about you or to you, however it may be, if somebody's trying to overpower you and manipulate you, know that you're protected. We don't have to do anything that doesn't feel right for us. We certainly don't have to take on anyone else's anger, because that's theirs, that they will maybe projecting it onto us. And once we realise that's coming from pain, that if we fight back with anger, we will only hurt ourselves. It's toxic. So know that we're all psychically protected. We're being held in the embrace of Archangel Michael, his legions of angels, the God of psychic protection, and God. We're being held in that love. And once we realise who we are, that no matter what anybody is saying, it's okay. They're describing themselves. They're coming from a distortion or a pain within them. And once we see that, it just doesn't create any fear within us. And if anybody is pressing any buttons here within us, know that they're showing us, look, you've got this fear, I've just disempowered you. So look to those feelings and call in Archangel Michael, call in the goddess of psychic protection to please transmute whatever has just been invoked within us, because no one outside of us can create those feelings if they weren't there to begin with. If we didn't have that fear to begin with, we wouldn't fear anyone. So that's within us to be transmuted during this time. And we are moving through such immense times, coming through lots of past lives where we may have been judged and persecuted. for being light, for being different. And we're all different and unique. And during this time, with that, those past lifetimes can be being awoken within us. So know that it's not of this time. No one can hurt us. Absolutely no one, unless we think they can. And then we just give all our power to that person. So surrounding ourselves with protection as I speak, calling in the goddess of psychic protection, Archangel Michael and his legions of angels to surround us with his sapphire cloak of protection, so that we can move through these shifts without being knocked out of alignment. So beautiful cards today. Time of healing those limiting beliefs we have about ourselves, letting everybody else carry on with whatever they're doing, coming within and really getting excited now for the new year, the new zodiac year, which is coming, and the spring equinox. So lots of growth as we've let go of the old, opening up this fertile soil within our consciousness to start to blossom with divine abundance and love and joy. So we have 19, 20, 26, 8, the infinity. So as above, so below, the infinity symbol. And as I always say, if there is any kind of conflict, any kind of anything going on that is making you fearful, upset, angry, place the situation in one part of the infinity symbol and yourself in the other, and let it move through and cleanse whatever it is that's no longer serving us. So the infinity, as above so below, but it's also a card of it. The infinity symbol is abundance, it's prosperity, it's all there within us waiting for us to tap into once we let go of the armouring. And it's like tapping away at a shell. We've been hardened and conditioned to behave and believe in a certain way, and once we start chipping away at that shell and it's all starts to shatter around us, we expand then into the light, realizing that how free we feel without carrying the burdens of conflict and anything that's held us back in the past. So huge moves forward, and acceleration is coming, and we are fully protected. So if you're listening to anything outside that is causing any kind of fear, turn it off. Really turn it off and go within and know that you're safe. So I'm sending so much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening, and thank you so much for listening. God bless. Thank you.